student might ask, or a learner might ask, what's the point of all of this? Why not just check the new word in the dictionary and you know what it means, and end of story, right? This is what any learner would want, just
Uh,
the fastest
yeah,
route.
but yes, exactly. But the problem usually, look, I read a lot in English and I listen to a lot of things in English and I check always the dictionary, but usually I don't remember the word thereafter.
That's the idea. That's the thing,
I
because
never remember. I keep it, I keep just translating and translating and translating without figuring out without keeping the word. This is what I'm struggling with.
true. This is exactly why most vocab books are designed in this format, very similar to this. Even the other book I'll show you, it follows a very similar pattern, except it's more exercise oriented rather than long texts. But they do have a few texts, but it's more or less the same. The whole idea is what they want you to do is whenever you're learning a new word, they always give you context.
Yes.
They put it somewhere where it's relatable, where whenever you remember that word, oh yeah, I remember that topic and it was there, and now you have the correct context, so you can use it in the correct way. Because sometimes you might know the meaning of a word, but you might not know how to fit it directly because you've only translated it.
Yes.
And this is what a dictionary does. It just modern dictionaries, to be fair, they give you an example. They always give you a context. They give you a sentence where this new word is. If you're using an English dictionary, of course, which I don't know if most students, I don't think they do. But if you don't, you should, at least at this level, because you're B2, C1 level.
I used to use English dictionary while I was writing something in English. But usually in the casual thing, no, I just go with the Google Translator. It's easier, faster.
It is easier. But it depends what you're doing. For example, I remember when I was learning Portuguese, I also used a lot of Google Translate because I didn't have a English Portuguese or Portuguese Arabic dictionary, for example. But when I was reading for learning purposes. I wasn't reading for work, for example, or for pleasure. So what I did when I was reading something, first of all, I'll try to get the overall meaning.
Okay, the big picture.
Yeah, just the gist. To be honest, in the beginning, because when I was just starting, I didn't get much gist at all because almost all of it was new. So for example, from every 10 words, I would know 1 or 2 words. But, I wanted to use magazines and newspapers and authentic sources of language. So I just wrote down, I wrote whatever I translate, I write down the meaning in a vocab notebook, right? And I leave the vocab notebook, but when I check the vocab notebook later, I try to remember where I found this word. Where was it?
Okay.
So I try to remember the topic. And many of the words which I wrote down aren't used a lot. They're not used commonly in everyday language, but still it was a new word and I wanted to remember where it was. So I make a mental note to myself. Oh, this was the topic about spiritual health, whatever, something, because it's a spiritual word, like related to religion or meditation or I don't know, spirituality or something. So I remember the topic where I found this word. It works usually like this. So this is one way you can remember words. And also when you do them in an exercise like this, it will definitely. Now, I'm sure that the word adolescence and the word nurture will probably stick a little more than a word that you just quickly check in a dictionary.